So it's time to take a look at the KV-122. Now this is basically a KV hull with the IS-2 turret, and it has a huge 122mm gun, and I believe this is the largest caliber on a tier 4 vehicle in the game. So this thing should be very fun. Well, I say highest caliber, we have the KV-2 which has a 152mm caliber gun. So let's take a look at the stats of this thing. Now it's fairly fast. It also has a decent burst speed. It has a good specific power ratio. It is a heavy tank, of course. Decent penetration for the tier. Should be a very fun vehicle. It has a longer reload. After all, it is understandable. This is a large gun with large shells, so that's to be expected. The armor is fairly good, although the KV has obviously some weak spots from the front. The lower plate and the driver's hatch are two examples, and the turret can also be penetrated by a vast majority of vehicles within the tier. But this thing isn't really that slow, so you can take advantage of its speed and of its maneuverability. Well, I think it's going to be much easier for me to explain to you how this tank works in live combat, since this is where I actually put the tank to the test. So, let's go to the first match, and let's see how it goes. Now the tournament, I had a tournament battle that will be released next, that will be uploaded next, and this is actually recorded after the tournament battle, so I might use this tank for tournaments in the future. We will see, since it is tier 4 and I honestly really love how this thing works. But again, I have to learn how to drive this tank first. I have to get used to it. So we have this ice map, and time to go to my favorite little position here. This is a very good position for this vehicle. That's the first kill. Now the long reload can be problematic, because you can be caught off guard, so you want to have cover or you want to have allies around you while reloading. But I think you can get used to the long reload of this thing fairly quickly, and that tank escaped. If my reload was just a second faster, that tank would have been destroyed. Well, not tank, SPA, that's a anti-aircraft thing. Now we have one more tank here, and that's a EBR. I scratched the side of the hull. And we have a Sherman. Now, as I mentioned before, this tank has decent armor, but you don't want to really rely on the armor in most cases. It can take a hit or two, but it's a KV hull, and KV hulls have some obvious weak spots that enemy tanks will definitely take advantage of. So hiding behind cover, stealth, the way to go. And I already have about, I think, 2 kills. I could have had 3 kills, but you know, it's fine. That Sherman is showing me their sides. That's not going to end well for that tank, although I have to be careful from... No, I obviously have a good cover from the side here. There goes the Sherman, very nice shot. The one thing that I want to talk about is the accuracy of this main gun and the gun depression. Now, you can't really lower the gun that much. The gun depression on this thing is not that good, and definitely not nearly as good as the... yeah, of course I get bombed. Oh, of course. Why would bombs fall? Well, why would bombs fall on anyone else besides me? The good thing is, good reverse speed means I can get away from the bomb quite fast, and I can go back to my favorite position. This position is really good for this tank. The turret rotation speed is okay. It is acceptable. It's not too slow, but it's also not too fast. So it's somewhere in between. Not too good, but not too bad. Now let's see if I can get that tank. Oh, I can. There we go. It was a risky maneuver. Now the ammo, it's using APBCHE or APHE. Armor piercing ballistic capped high, or armor piercing high explosive ballistic APHEBC. Yeah, that's now I got the name right. Which is a upgraded APHE ammo, which I personally like to use. So it means that you will mostly kill the target in one hit, since the shell explodes when it enters the vehicle and it just wrecks everything in its vicinity. So the shell types and the ammo types on this thing are awesome. It has some decent penetration, and it does a lot of damage. After all, this is a very large caliber shell, and large caliber shells are known to be doing a little bit more damage. There we go. Aircraft kill. Beautiful. So you definitely will not have issues with destroying targets if you penetrate them. Now the accuracy is the funky part. The accuracy of this gun isn't really the best. Sometimes it lands right where you aim. In most cases it will, but you also have times where the shell is going to refuse to land in the same postcode. So the accuracy is maybe 70-30. 70% goes where you want, 30% it doesn't. In some cases, in some games, it does feel like it's a 50-50. So yeah, the accuracy of this gun is not the best, I would say. I'm not really, you know, as accurate as some of the other guns, but it is usable. And by usable, I mean it's not going to give you issues in most battles. So that's a very good thing. Definitely more accurate than the main gun on the M6E2A1, which I know it's a higher tier vehicle, but the accuracy of that 105mm is, yeah, I don't really like that that gun. I mean, it does good damage. It wrecks when it hits, but the accuracy of the tank isn't really the best. And that's another kill. Kill number 7. Well, I'm doing pretty well in this game so far. Now, you might not notice, but I'm actually playing 2 games at the same time, so if I seem to be away from the keyboard over here, or away from the game, it's because I'm already doing something else in the background, so that's the reason why that little pause there. But it's kind of fun. If you follow me on my Eve Echoes videos, you know that I play that game as well, so don't be surprised if I play both at the same time. Because this device can do that. It's a powerhouse, so I can just roll 2 games at the same time and record 2 games at the same time. Now we are winning. Well, at least it does appear like we are winning. Well, that's one more kill. I think that was a IS. No, this gun has nearly the same kick as the IS-2 gun, which is a I think tier 5 or tier 6 vehicle. I know that they have changed the tiers recently, so the tiers might be a bit messed up now, but it has literally almost the same gun as the IS, so it will perform the same. And this gun can easily penetrate most of the vehicles in high tiers as well, so if you're fighting higher tier vehicles, this thing will just wreck because it can penetrate. And I would say that it might actually have better ammunition than the IS-2. I forgot what ammo the IS-2 has. But APHEBC is honestly truly devastating when it hits. It only takes 1 precise hit to finish off the enemy tank. Well, only 1 precise hit, basically. That's all you need with the KV. And I would say that this vehicle kind of feels like the KV-2 in the high tiers, although it's definitely not a KV-2. KV-2 has a certain charm to it. This thing also has a charm to it, but it's just silly how good the main gun on this thing is. Okay, now let me go and see if I can save, because the enemy is capturing zone A. Oh, there is the vehicle, there's the tank, and that was a very good hit. Didn't even need to hit any other vital part of the tank. Hitting the engine basically enough to knock it out. And I'll just go and capture the base. Hey, this ended up being a very good game actually. Look at how many kills I got, and the game is still running. Perfect. Okay, I have captured zone A. Let me go towards zone B. Yeah, B hasn't been captured yet, surprisingly. You would think that zone B would be captured right away. Well, guess not. So I have to go and... Oh, actually, never mind. We won the game. That was a very good match, actually. That was a fantastic match. Well, definitely a very fun vehicle, that's for sure. I'm very glad that I got it. It's funny that I got the T-29 before I got the KV. I actually expected to get the KV before the T-29, but guess not. Guess not how the game decided to do, which is fine. So let's go and roll the second match. Now on this map I have two positions where I like to take this tank. Well, I like to go with this tank. I will go right over here in the middle. Now you can technically angle the armor of this vehicle and bounce shells, but as I mentioned before, it has good mobility, so you can shoot and fall back, because I don't really trust the armor on this thing. And of course you have the lower plate, which is obviously not going to be as armored as the upper plate, and the lower plate is basically the weak spot. And that's the first kill, the 3485, very nice first catch. The lower plate is definitely the largest, the biggest weakness on this vehicle. And we have another T-3485, let's see if I can get the second kill. There we go, nice. Second kill. Let's see if I may change my position from here. Could potentially happen, actually, depends on how the game rolls. But so far I'm actually very happy with this vehicle, mostly because of how the main gun works. I mean, when I say main gun, the penetration and damage is all that I need. Now the accuracy, yeah, the accuracy is something where I would maybe complain about something, but I guess it's manageable. I guess it is manageable with its accuracy. Medium range is definitely the way to go. At long distances I wouldn't really trust this 122mm gun. And it's not a bad gun, it's just that the accuracy might be a bit off. Not really sure why that's I guess a balancing fact. Would be too much if the main gun on this thing was just dominating. Would be, I guess, overpowered. Surprisingly, I forgot the name of the tank. I think it's the SU. Yeah, the next tank, sure, actually, the SU has the same gun, although that tank destroyer has basically no armor. And it doesn't really maneuver, doesn't really move like some of the tank destroyers I used to drive. And where did that go? I have no idea. That should have killed the tank, but it didn't. So that was, I guess, a good gaijin, or I just got not that lucky with the accuracy. So that's what I was talking about. The accuracy is not really ideal on this thing. So yeah. And at this point I actually thought to go forward to kill the tank, but I just looked at the map and seems like we have some tanks on our sides. A Tiger, okay. I can penetrate the frontal armor of the Tiger with this thing, which is... I think the Tiger is a tier 6 vehicle or tier 5, and this is a tier 4, and this tier 4 can go through the armor on that thing without a problem, which is a very good key factor for this thing. If not Sadammer, you can just shoot the turrets of the Tiger, it goes through. So it's a awesome gun when it comes to medium distances, and when it comes to damage and penetration. And that's a Panther. I also wanted to go forward, but I guess I can go forward. Oh, look, a IS, and I killed the IS. Lovely. Now I have to go back because I'm reloading. And that was a very nice shot at the Panther. I think I'm playing with ray tracing on. I don't know. I have the game usually on high settings, but I think I have ray tracing on. I don't know. Depends on the frame rate. It's still pretty good frame rate. Yeah, it looks like I have ray tracing on. Well, not look. It feels like we're about to lose the match, even though. Even though we are leading, I have that feeling. That this might be a lost round. We will see. And yeah, it was a fail. How did that miss? I have no idea. Now let me go forward and let's see if I can get lucky. There we go, that's one more kill. I actually barely seen that thing. Yeah, this is not looking good. I might have to carry the whole match by myself. Oh well, can't win all rounds. It's fine. I'm fine with losing if I can get a good score at the end. Oh look, a Hetzer. Did you see the accuracy of that thing? Did I aim at that? Yeah, I didn't. I aim at the lower. Oh my god. Well, this is not good. Why is my reload taking 8 years to complete? That's the longest 3 seconds reload ever. And yeah, it's not what. Yeah, definitely a fail. And I got swamped. I think I'm the last. I think I'm like the. Yeah, I think I'm the last in the match actually. Well, it was a good match anyway, regardless. Yeah. yeah, it was a good score at the end. Well, let's go to the next match. That was kind of a fail. Well, not really much I could do about it. Actually, I could. If I didn't miss the 2 hits, the 2 shells, that would be perhaps a victory, but can't win all the time, which is fine. Let's go to the next round. And we have this map. One of my favorite maps. I think this is the developers actually had a vote to vote the favorite map, and I don't know which one was voted the most. I think the new map was voted the most, the American Desert, which is a pretty good map. I think the American Desert, or actually, you know what? Let me just quickly see, because I have should look at the announcement here in a second. Where's the vote? Where is the vote? So, favorite location. Number 4 was, well, surprisingly, the favorite location is Poland and American Valley. American Valley, then Poland, and then quickly followed by Japan. So, very interesting. We will see what new map they'll add. And we already have 2 kills. That was fast. I looked away for 2 seconds and I already have 2 kills. Well, not exactly 2 seconds, but you know, that's how it goes. The camouflage on this thing is also pretty good. I don't know if we have a non-premium KV-122, and I would say, like, really, if you can complete the missions, if you have time for the missions, definitely try to obtain this vehicle, because this thing is just insane. This vehicle is just ridiculously fun. Alright, well, that was the KV-122. Honestly, a fantastic vehicle. Very fun. Definitely, if you can try to get this vehicle, get it, because it's pretty good and pretty fun. So with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed. If you would like to support me, feel free to like and subscribe. And with that being said, stay safe. And as always, I'll see you next time.